Hey guys, so today we're going to be creating a bar graph. Okay, so I'll teach you how to do that. All you have to do is follow the steps. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to highlight the entire column of items and the entire column of total. So in order for us to highlight both at the same time, we need to first go ahead and highlight your item all the way to the last item that you have, and then on your keyboard you're going to press the control key or the CTRL key. You're going to press that and keep it pressed, and then you're going to go ahead and highlight the other one. But make sure that when you're highlighting this part, you're still pressing the CTRL key, which is the control key. Okay, so make sure you have this one and this one highlighted. When that is finished, you're going to click insert, and then you're going to scroll down to chart. Okay, now we do not want a pie chart for this one. So for this one, we want a column chart. So where it says chart type, you're going to click there and you're going to pick the one that says column chart. Okay, when I hover over it, it's column chart. So I'm going to keep that one like that. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to customize it. So for the first thing, I'm going to customize the chart style. So you guys can change the background. If you don't like white on the background, you can change it. If you don't like the borders, like these borders right here, you can change it. You can change the style. So I'm going to make it 3D, so it looks like that. For the background color, I'm going to go ahead and leave a background in the back. And then for the chart border, I'm going to make it mustard. Okay, so that's how I want it to look like. You can also change the font of the entire letters in here. I'm going to change the font to this one right here, but you guys can change it to however you want. And you guys can see how the font for everything changed. Okay, after you're done with that, you can close that, and then you can move on to chart and axis titles. For the chart title, I want you guys to write down spending plan. Okay, so your chart title is going to be spending plan, and you guys can see how I change it over here. It's spending plan now. Okay. Again, you can also change the way it looks. I'm a bolded, and I'm going to make it dark blue. And you guys can see how it changed right here. I bolded it and made it dark blue, so it changed. So experiment with that, see what you like. And then I'm going to switch the horizontal axis name and the vertical axis name. So horizontal is the one at the bottom because it's going from side to side, and that's horizontal. Vertical is the one over here, because the y-axis, because it's going up and down. Okay. So I'm going to click where it says chart title, and I'm going to click to horizontal axis title. And instead of this, I'm going to just make sure that it's only items. Okay. So items. Okay. And again, I'm going to change the font, the bolding, and I'm going to make it dark blue. You guys can see how that changed. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the vertical axis. For the vertical axis, all I want you to write down is total. Okay. So that's what I want your vertical axis to be, total. Okay, so make sure right here it says total, make sure right here it says items, and make sure for your title spending plan. Okay, I'm just going to bold it, and I'm going to make it dark blue. Okay, once you're done with that, that's it. You can close it, and then you're moving on to series. For series, in series you can actually change the color of your bars. So if I want to make it, let's say, orange, now it switches to orange. Okay. If I want to make it dark blue, it switches to dark blue. I'm going to leave it at this blue right here. And you can change the axis. See how it moved to the right? You can just leave it at the left. I like the left, so I'm going to leave it on the left. Okay. And I want for you to make sure that you need to do this, that you go ahead and check data labels so that you can see the value for each column. Okay, so this one's Alaska is 312, grocery is 109, and car is 277. So make sure you under series, make sure you do the data labels. Okay, and you can change the font of that. I'm going to keep it at Comic Sans just to keep everything nicely, and then you can go ahead and close it. Okay, when you click on legend, make sure right here it says none. Okay, so make sure you change that to none. For legend, make sure you switch that to none. Okay. Once that is done, you can experiment with the other ones. Let's say you want to switch something in the horizontal axis, you can. I'm not going to switch anything because it's for me it's fine. but otherwise you can switch the horizontal axis right here and the vertical and the other axis right here. So all I'm going to do is bold it. And then for the vertical axis, I'm also just going to bold it. And you guys can see how this axis right here, it changed. Okay. Okay. Once that is done, that's it. So that's all you have to do is just do that. So once you have that done, you can go ahead and click this, the X, and just close it. And the last thing I want you to do is I want you to move this to a new sheets. Okay. So how do you move it to a new window in your sheets? It's easy. So I'm going to just click on that image. If you don't have it, it's going to look like this, but you can click on your chart. You're going to click on the three dots right here, on the three dots, and you're going to click move to own sheet. Move to own sheet. So when you click that, it'll move it to a new sheet, and you guys can see that here. And you guys can see I can move on from budget categories to spending plan to chart 2. For this one, I'm going to rename it to spending plan chart. Okay. Spending plan chart. And I'm going to switch the color as well. Okay. And you guys can see I can move from this to that, to that, to that. Okay. If you want to edit the chart here, you can click edit chart and you can switch stuff still. Okay. Otherwise, that's all you have to do. So make sure you're here on this and then you're free to go. Okay.